you hear from all these different parts of the industry, how are they changing? And so you can gradually maybe get a picture in your mind of where everything's moving and what part are you going to play in that.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast, helping appraisers increase their efficiency, quality, and make more money. Here's the guy who makes it his life's mission to create value for real estate appraisers nationwide. Your host and the Appraiser Coach, Dustin Harris.
And welcome one, welcome all to the Valuation Expo 2017 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Dustin Harris, your host today, is the interviewer of several individuals who have attended either in the past or maybe this is their first time at the Valuation Expo. Had an opportunity to sit down with several of them and kind of just talk to them about their experience. The purpose of today's show is to kind of let you know a little bit of what you missed if you didn't make it here, and why you might be interested in doing the Valuation Expo either on the East Coast or the West Coast, as the case may be, next year. A little bit of a somber beginning to the Valuation Expo this year. It started actually the day of the big massacre here in Las Vegas. It's been a weird experience, my friends. I've been to Vegas a great many times, and I've never, ever seen this city the way it is right now. Very somber, yet things are still moving forward. You know, they say don't let the terrorists get you down. You still move forward. Business moves forward regardless, and that has happened here. And it's awesome to see people coming together. Thought about giving blood. Asked somebody that's in the know. They said there's about an 8-hour wait in line to give blood, which was not doable here at the conference, but just an amazing outpouring of love and support and strength from the Las Vegas and surrounding communities. So I want to remind you, of course, that we are sponsored by 3 great companies, one of them being Working RE Magazine. Working RE is the magazine that I go to find out what's going on in the appraisal industry, and you should as well. You should check them out by going to workingre.com. Again, it's workingre.com. We are also sponsored by DataMaster. DataMaster is here. DataMaster has a booth. DataMaster is showing their newest and latest version of DataMaster. If you've not checked out what DataMaster can do, namely saving you 30 to 60 minutes per report, you need to check them out by going to datamasterfreetrial.com/coach. Again, datamasterfreetrial.com/coach. Finally, we are sponsored, of course, by Alamode Software. Alamode is the software that has been in business for over 30 years. I've been using them for over 20 years. They were youngins when I started using them, and I'll continue to use them in the future. Find out why by going to alamode.com. Again, Alamode, ALAMODE.com. Okay, today, folks, as I mentioned, we are going to be talking with different participants here at the Valuation Expo 2017. You know, I just had an opportunity to sit down with some really great people and ask them why they came to the Valuation Expo and what they have to say. Let's dive in right now. All right, sitting down with Ryan Campbell of On Point Appraisals out of Phoenix, Arizona. Ryan, welcome to the Expo. Is this your first Expo?
It is.
Okay.
Hi, Dustin. Nice to meet you finally.
Likewise. Ryan, I had a quick talk just a few minutes ago. So this is the first day of the Expo. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, it's the first official day. Mm-hmm. I came early yesterday to do the Lenders Live.
Okay, cool.
And I was at the Lenders Live day all day yesterday. That was interesting to have direct access to even all the way up to the chief appraisers at some of the bigger banks here in the country. It was interesting to hear from some of them what their expectations are of us and how they handle their panels, which ones are a direct panel, which ones are using AMCs, and where they are in the country, where they're busy in certain parts of the country, where they're not, and what some of their future plans are.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the great things about the Valuation Expo is you get an opportunity to talk and shake hands with people that you normally talk over the phone or email with.
Correct.
So as you walk around, you look at the booths, you kind of gave me some, maybe you don't want to reveal this on air, but some pretty good news. We'll just allude to it, that you got some pretty good news just being here, something you've been trying to do for a long time. And
I've been trying to get the ear of the VA since my third time applying since 2012.
Okay.
And I think hopefully it's not a guarantee until I see a order in my inbox,
Right,
so to speak.
right.
But hopefully, hopefully I can get involved in the
here
VA.
made a difference, to be able to talk to somebody face to face.
That's what they said.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they said. So I'm happy about it.
Very cool, very cool. So you think you'll come back next year?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's a great way to network with a lot of different companies in different areas you don't really think about it in the business of appraising. It's very interesting, maybe a little scary for some of us, what's going on with technology. So that was, one of my other motives this week was to get here and kind of learn about some of the other
Kind of find
products
out
that are
where
going
things are
on.
going.
And, I don't think my appraisal shop's going to look the same in, 3 to 5 years.
I
So
agree.
I'm trying to anticipate as much as possible.
Very cool, very cool. Well, Ryan, thank you for sitting down with us. You're a high-volume appraiser. Pleasure to meet you, and looks like you're forward-thinking, which I love. Thanks for being here at the Valuation Expo, and thanks for sitting down with us.
Thanks, Dustin. It's nice to meet you.
And we're sitting down with Dana Shaw from Michigan.
Yes. But like I said, most of my work is done in North Dakota.
In North. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I consider my
interesting.
primary work in North Dakota,
Okay.
even though I fly out there once a month.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually used to know an appraiser out of Billings that did the same thing. Flew out to the oil fields.
Me too.
Yeah.
I started in 2012. A buddy of
Okay.
mine was building houses in Stanley, and he was waiting 6 months for appraisals.
Okay.
I almost don't want to share this, though, because
No,
I feel
no,
like
I
I
hear
got
you.
a good niche here.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, I have heard that's kind of slowed down up there.
Well, I started out in 12, and I'll tell you, I saw a real dip starting in February 13.
Okay.
I noticed it right off the bat. So I was only out there two trips before I started seeing it. And of course, it kind of got ugly for a few people out there that
sure.
had put a bunch of money into houses thinking they were going through the roof, and then
Right.
they put money in them, and then I came out 6 months later and said, sorry, it's not worth much more than you paid for it, even though they put 60, 70 grand into them, But I had limited clients at that time, so I was doing 8, 10 appraisals a month. But then once I got my geographic competency, oh my gosh, the work's been coming out of the woodwork. So no, even though the market did slow down, a lot more banks were using me because of the fact that I'd been there for 2 or 3 years.
Right,
so
right, okay.
even through the times where oil prices got down under 50, even in the 40s, I don't think it got lower than in the 40s. And I didn't really keep track of the barrel count and all
No, I
that,
get it,
but
but it
it did
affects your
affect
life,
everything.
absolutely.
Yeah. But I still was busy. For one thing, I was willing to work with the banks and expand my area. And honestly, they were desperate for appraisers. I'm doing an appraisal on Friday when I fly back. I'm flying to Minot when I leave here.
Okay.
I'm doing an appraisal in a town called Lankin. I don't think there's been a sale in 2 years.
Oh, geez.
And I even have the county auditor that's trying to be I don't need a marketing staff. I don't have to pay anybody because he's finding me work. He's sending my name to all the banks. I'm like, no, I don't want to work in Lankin. But I go there because honestly, I feel like I'm not a hometown hero. I'm being sarcastic when I say that, but I have walked in houses where they said, I can't get an appraiser to come to my house. I can't sell my house until you walked in the door. I about cried.
Interesting. So when people say there's not an appraiser shortage, maybe it depends on the area, right?
Oh, for sure. Well, and there's a appraiser shortage, I'd say, in the entire North Dakota market. I'm considering training, and people are like, why would you train your competition? I'm like, well, because I don't want to go to Lankin anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't want to abandon those people. I mean, I feel
Right,
like,
right.
I'm
There's
not
work
going to
that
get a
needs to be done.
higher purpose, but I do believe it, that it's got to be more than just about me making whatever I make, my bottom line, right?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
how I see it.
Speaking of which, you're a long way from home. What brings you to Las Vegas and the Valuation Expo? Is this the first year you've come?
Well, I talked about it with, like I said, my guru, Tom Gilbert. I'm going to shout out to Tom Gilbert.
Okay.
I emailed him last year about coming out here because, honestly, I don't want to shout out Allegiant, but Allegiant flies me out here pretty reasonably.
Sure,
and then I can fly into Minot, North Dakota from here. So I got out here cheaper than Delta could get
There
me
you
here.
go.
And I got to come to North Dakota.
Yeah.
Because, I fly Delta. It takes me 4 hours to get to North Dakota, which isn't bad. But, hey, I flew out here in 4 hours and for a cheaper fee, and then I fly to – I can get into North Dakota just as easy. I mean, it's a one no stop in between.
Sure.
I'm going to be landing in Minot 3 hours after I
Okay.
fly out. So it would have worked, but it would have worked in Orlando too.
Okay, but
I
that
didn't
still
even know
doesn't
it.
answer the question why.
Why?
Come. Yeah, why are you here?
Well, Tom Gilbert told me to. I called Tom and said I'm thinking about going to Valuation Expo. I'm starting to feel like I have time to really start putting out some of the fires I've had because I've been so busy. The idea of trying to switch software, it's kind of like saying, put the fire out before it comes. I don't
Right.
have time. I'm putting
Right,
the fire out that I'm in. So I've
Right.
been so busy, as appraisers are, that I didn't have time to even consider any alternatives. Like you said, I've been flying by the seat of my pants for since the market fell in 2006.
Yeah.
I just haven't had the resources. Well, I've had the money per se in the last few years, but I haven't had the staff.
Right.
Now I feel like I have the money to pay people to help me to make myself more efficient. So I thought I'm going to sit down and find out, is the software I use the best?
Right.
How can I learn from you? I haven't had time to learn from you because I'm working till 3 a.m. getting appraisal done just to get it done, right?
Yeah, you're too busy riding the bike to get off and fix it, right?
Yeah, I said, I didn't know I had a thumb. It's kind of like I said, it's like you didn't even know you had a thumb your whole life because you didn't have time to practice
check it
and
out.
use it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, okay.
and that's kind of a dumb, word picture, but that's how I see it. You know,
Right.
you just don't have time. So now, like I said, I feel like, well, my kids are raised. If I want to put 60 hours in a week, I can right now too. I did everything I could to get my door shut so I could be with my kids when they were younger, right? So
for
I mean,
you.
a lot of reasons why, you try to become more efficient,
Sure.
and not just survive.
Right. So you're out here for the CE. You're
For
out
sure.
here for the networking. You're out here to become more knowledgeable, which will allow you to do more with less.
It's the technology for
Yeah.
me. I can't say I'm not old school. I mean, I've been appraising for 20 years, but I haven't used the technology as well as I know I can. So to me, it's more about like what's out there to help me be more efficient. And it doesn't.
Right.
Bottom line is that I can't say it doesn't matter how much it costs, but my time is worth an awful lot of money.
Right.
So I'm
Absolutely.
learning how to
Absolutely. You got
streamline
it.
things. And I've never even used a distill. I think I've watched you
Oh,
lately.
we
and
need to talk.
I know, and just so many things that we haven't done but we're looking at it. My husband and I do it together. And so in a way, even though it doesn't matter if it takes us 40, 50 hours a week, because I'm not like, see you next weekend, honey.
Right.
We're in it
You're
together.
You're
Yeah.
together.
So bottom line is, I want to do more than just sit in front of a computer or measure a house,
Good for you.
Yeah.
Dana Shaw
Yes.
from
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Northern Michigan. Thank you for joining
Yes,
us.
thank you.
All right, sitting down with Kevin Jones out of, you said Sparks, Nevada, but Reno, right?
Yeah, Sparks is basically just a part of Reno.
Okay. So you didn't even have to leave the state to come to the Valuation Expo.
I did not.
Is this your first time at the expo?
It is. I've been wanting to come to this for the last few years,
Okay.
and haven't had a chance to just because of the dates. But
Oh, whatever.
So I'm
you're
excited.
You're just making excuses. So
No.
Who kicked you in the butt and finally got you here, right?
my 3-year-old
Right on.
was born
Good
and
at that.
prevented me from coming, but
Okay, all right.
he's old enough now where I can get away.
You can get away from it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is the first day of the expo. You listened to a few speakers from Fannie Mae this morning and Google. What are your thoughts so far?
I thought there was some good info there. I think everybody in the room felt like they're a little chastised by Fannie Mae.
Yeah.
Right.
The PIWs came up again.
Well, just them letting us know what we're not doing right, or
Don't you love those talks?
the insinuation of,
We're out to get you.
yeah. The gentleman from Freddie Mac was really good. I think he related to the appraisers pretty well, I think he tried to kind of relate that he's an appraiser and, he understands our job
Right,
and
right.
the things that we have to go through and how difficult it can be.
Okay. So maybe it's premature to ask, but are you glad you came?
I am.
Okay. Would you come again?
I would.
Okay.
I would come to, I think there's this one and then the summit.
Right.
It's nice, first of all, to get away,
you
take
go.
a couple days off.
There you go.
This is kind of like an appraiser's vacation, right?
Right. And it's Vegas. I mean,
And it's Vegas. It's unfortunate what happened for sure the other night. That was quite a shock.
Right. So this will be airing a few weeks after we're actually recording
Okay.
it. So just to remind the listeners, Sunday night was the big shooting, the big massacre here in Las Vegas. Quite a scene here, and it's kind of sombered the mood, I think, a little bit here in the town.
I think it has. I felt like it was pretty quiet last night when I came in.
Yeah, it was interesting.
And I had
Eerie almost.
a weird feeling myself about seeing it on the news. The night before you're supposed to fly out to go to the same place,
Yeah.
and then flying in last night and landing in the airport and seeing the Mandalay Bay just ahead in the distance was kind of a little spooky.
Yeah, it is. Before I let you go, Kevin, you are a member of my Appraiser Academy, which is just new this year, online interactive meeting that we have once a month. Only had a few so far,
Yeah.
but tell me your thoughts.
Well, I enjoy looking. I look forward to it. I usually have it on while I'm sitting at the desk, maybe working, or pen and paper to make some notes. It's nice to hear all the things that you go through daily. from other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially yourself. And
You're an appraiser cave type of an appraiser. As we were talking before, you kind of do your own thing. You literally have a man cave that you work out of.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so the interaction with other appraisers.
Yeah, we were saying, guys like me, you really don't get out and get to talk to other appraisers and bounce things off each other like maybe some smaller firms do, right?
Right.
So events like this are my only chance to really, and of course your thing, that's why it's good, is you finally have some sort of an outlet to speak to somebody and get some answers for what other people are doing in the field.
Kevin Jones, Sparks, Nevada, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Dustin. Appreciate it.
And this would be a great time to stop and remind you that we are sponsored by DataMaster. DataMaster is here at the expo. They have a booth. They have great people that have flown all the way from Utah, a long, long way, to show the participants here the new DataMaster. DataMaster is rolling out across the country. DataMaster 2.0 is rolling out in certain markets. And folks, this is an absolutely amazing product. If you think DataMaster 1, that saves you 30 to 60 minutes per report, was amazing, this is going to save you even more time and give you more tools that will allow you to be the best appraiser that you possibly can be. Folks, if you've not checked them out, you need to. I wish you were here to see what they have, but you know what? You don't need to be. You can go online. You can go to datamasterfreetrial.com/coach and try it. 14 days free. 14 days free for going to datamasterfreetrial.com/coach. We are sponsored by Working RE Magazine. I've seen David Bronner here. He's the head cheese, if you will, over there at Working RE. And that is the place that I go to find out what's going on in the appraisal industry, in addition to coming to the Valuation Expo. They keep me updated. The Valuation Expo keeps me updated once or twice a year. David Bronner and Working RE and Isaac Peck over there keep me updated on a daily basis. Literally, their webpage changes on a daily basis because our industry is continuing to evolve. Folks, if you want to know what's going on, you want to get involved, and you want to affect change, and you want to know how to arrange your business in such a way that it can be viable into the future, great place to start is Working RE Magazine. Go to your computer, go to a browser, go to the top and type in www.workingre.com. That's working RE as in workingrealestate.com. Finally, we are sponsored by Alamode. I had an individual come up to me just a few minutes ago, great gal out of Phoenix, and she said, Dustin, I'm looking to go mobile, but man, I'm struggling knowing how to do. Well, it was how to draw a porch without finishing the sketch and then going clear back around the house again and then measuring the porch. And you know what? That's how you used to do things a long time ago until Alamode evolved to what it is today, and it is absolutely amazing. I said, you know what? You got a minute? And she said, sure. I pulled out my iPhone 8 Plus, opened it up, started doing things. She said, oh, hold on a second. You do this on a phone? And I said, sure, why not? It works great on a phone. The mobile app is amazing, easy to navigate. I showed her very quickly how to draw a porch without having to retrace your steps. They have some amazing tools. I won't go into the details here, but it is absolutely amazing what you can do in today's mobile app. Folks, if you're not using Alamode and you want to be more efficient, more effective at what you do, check them out. Go to alamode.com, or you can call them at 800-ALAMODE.
People get ready for the train to Jordan, picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the key, open the doors and bottom.
And we are back, folks. We are here at the Valuation Expo 2017 here in Las Vegas, Nevada, broadcasting live, as it were, from the floor. And had an opportunity to sit down with participants this year. And a lot of fun stories out there, a lot of great appraisers who are here for all the right reasons. Let's dive right back into those interviews right now. All right, I'm sitting down with Luke. All right, pronounce your last name for me, Luke.
Tomaszewski. It's a long one.
Right. So you're from Chicago.
Correct.
How many times have you been to the Valuation Expo, my friend?
Ooh, hard to say. I want to say 6-7 times already.
Wow, why do you keep coming back?
I want to see Dustin every time.
Yeah, you really can.
It's a good networking opportunity, so I'd say it all comes down to networking. The more people you meet, the better appraiser you are, and the more work you get in the end.
Okay, so when we talk about networking, are we talking about other appraisers? Are we talking about vendors? What do you mean by that?
It's all of it. I mean, you get to meet other appraisers from other parts of the country, which is always nice to see what they're doing. And at the same time, you get to see, the review appraiser on the lender side, the AMCs, and get a feel for what they're doing.
Okay, so an appraiser comes up to you on the street and says, Luke, whatever the hell your last name is, tell me, I'm thinking about going to Val Expo next year. What do you tell that person?
I tell them I think it's a good idea. First one I went to was definitely a great opportunity, and the business has grown since. I'd say go for it.
Okay, cool. Luke, thank you for joining me.
My pleasure. Thank you, Dustin.
All right, now sitting down with Mr. Josh Wallet out of Colorado.
Yes.
All the way from Colorado to Las Vegas to attend the Valuation Expo 2017. What do you think so far?
I'm enjoying it. It. For a few years, I've been to several of these and different CRN meetings and gotten to meet a lot of different folks. This year, actually, for our company, I found some solutions that I think will work for some software solutions that we need. So it was good to meet.
Wait a minute. You can actually come away knowing more than you came?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the speakers have been great, but I really did come so that with the intention of talking to several of the software providers to see what some of the solutions they could provide in terms of forms, in terms of delivery, and things like this. So it was really good. They've got really great new features, a lot of them, and they interface differently. They have custom features and custom forms.
Okay.
So it's pretty exciting, all the technology changes. And we try to stay on top of that, and we don't want to always reinvent the wheel, right? So we want to look at the software providers and see what they have rather than trying to invent something.
So for people who haven't been here, just to kind of set this up, when you walk in the front door, you've got kind of the showroom floor full of different booths, different software, E&O providers, AMCs, different people that are related to our industry. Is that kind of what you're talking about, hitting those booths? You've been able to learn new things that you might be able to start implementing.
Exactly. I really like going around to every booth, so they encourage you to hit every booth and talk with folks. Sometimes it's maybe not something that relates directly to your business. Maybe you're happy with your E&O provider. Right. You don't necessarily want to switch, something like this, and that's fine. But you get to know folks, you get their cards. If your rates go up, hey, maybe you do call that person 2 years from now or something like this. But there's software, there's AMCs, there's some lenders, so you can really see what they're like face to face. You can see what is it they're looking for, what type of appraiser are they looking for, what type of partners are they looking for, what's on the horizon. A lot of the time, we're always talking about change, and so you hear from all these different parts of the industry, how are they changing? And so you can gradually maybe get a picture in your mind of where everything's moving and what part are you going to play in that. So if they're talking about banks that are ordering alternative products, what do they mean by that? And you don't just learn it at the booths, but they talk about this type of thing at the actual conference session. So you can see, well, what are my clients needing? What are all these options out there? What do I want to focus my business on? What's the up and coming opportunity?
Okay, so we move through the vendors, and then you go through another door, and that's where the speakers are. That's where you are with other appraisers, hearing individuals who are related to the appraisal industry or not. We had a guy from Google telling us about technology. That was interesting. Tell me your thoughts about the speakers so far. Are there things that you've learned? Are there insights that you've gained? Things that maybe were surprising to you at all?
Well, I was actually not. Now that you mentioned the Google presenter really surprised me in that the measurement part of an inspection could just be revolutionized in the next few years. There's ways to use your phone to where you can measure within a fraction of an inch, either interior or exterior walls. So as the phones get better, we will be able to measure houses very quickly. And, maybe that's the appraiser doing it. Maybe, and we've heard from other speakers where, maybe trainees are going to be able to be sent out on their own and sign parts or the whole appraisal and things like that. So that may be changing, at least for some banks, maybe not for the GSEs at this point. But just that technology and being able to use your phone to take a look at a 3D rendering of an interior of the house. So if you say there's a functional issue, maybe you have to walk through a bedroom to get to another bedroom. Right. You can actually illustrate that, yes, in a very flat sketch, but also in a 3D rendering, and your client is going to understand exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, a year ago at this conference, an individual came up to me and he said, "Put these on," and I recognized it was virtual reality glasses. And I said, okay, what am I going to say? We're in Vegas, right? I'm a little cautious what I'm going to be shown here, but I put it on, and he said, now watch this. And he took me through a step-by-step virtual tour of a home, around the outside, through each of the rooms on the inside, and he said, there's the future of appraising for you. And who knows, but it was pretty amazing, the things that you see.
Right.
So, Josh, you've been attending this for several years. You going to come back next year?
I am. Yeah. I've spoken a few times. I've also, this year, I've attended and just had no stress, no pressure. I've just been able to enjoy the speakers, enjoy all the folks at the booths, and not have to worry about any responsibilities, and really been able to experience it very well.
Well, sorry to destroy that by putting you in front of a microphone, but
no.
I do appreciate you coming on.
No, it's wonderful.
The reason I asked the question, not to interrupt you, I'll let you finish your thought, but I hear a lot of people saying, once you've been, you've been. It's the same stuff over and over and over again. Do you agree?
No,
Okay.
I don't agree. First of all, you're going to see different vendors every year.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see some technology companies that are new on the scene, and that sort of competition out there drives everyone. So you can see really who is disrupting that technology area. And the speakers, too, are speaking about issues that are relevant right now. So we had several folks address the disasters from hurricanes this year, and what are the requirements for lenders? So we, as appraisers, can understand, why are we getting disaster inspections? Why do they need them quickly? Maybe it's on something they appraised 4 months ago, but if you understand what the lenders have to go through, you also understand, this is why. You figure, well, it's already closed. Why are they doing this for that long? Well, maybe that's explained to you here. And also the property inspection waivers, or the appraisal waivers, really, as we commonly know them.
Right. The misnamed.
Right.
Let's get rid of the appraisals. Yeah,
but,
I know what you're saying.
when they spoke to it, it was very, the speaker from Fannie Mae was very forthcoming with statistics on all of the parameters and criteria that they use to drill down to the very small percentage that they may approve for an appraisal waiver, and it worked out to be about 1% for one of his figures. And so it was very small, and then he took a look at, what does that mean to each appraiser, and it was like less than one appraisal per year and things like this. So it put to rest some worries and really gave a good understanding of where are they trying to go. And there was a great emphasis on the appraiser analyst. There was not a great emphasis on driving people out. And so by coming to this and having those speakers available, and they tell you, I'm available after this, come and talk to me, I'm here all these days, and so on. It's just a very open conversation that you can have with these people to really get a good impression of, where are they really trying to go, and not listen to panic, not listen to sort of myths out there, but really hear it from them. And they post it on their website, they refer you to their website, so you can really see the figures that they're talking about.
Right.
So that, timely, relevant information. So I do come back. I don't think it's just a one time and, never come back. It's just valuable because you get timely information.
Josh Wallet, where are you at in Colorado?
I'm in Grand Junction.
Colorado.
Yes, we're all the way in the west in the desert of Colorado.
That's right. Just across the border from Utah.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you to each of my participants for being here, for being willing to be on the microphone. It's been a fabulous time getting to know you. And listeners, I hope that you have maybe sparked a little bit of interest in possibly in the future being a part of the Valuation Expo 2017. It has been wonderful. 2018 will be even better. Check them out. Go to the internet, go to Google, just type in Valuation Expo, and the page will show up, and follow that page. Find out when the next dates and the next cities will be. It's absolutely wonderful to be here with the vendors, the participants, to rub shoulders with other people who are in our industry and care about our profession. Thank you for joining me today, and we will catch you next time.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.